You're listening to All Burgundy and Gold, everything powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio, 1340 AM. I'm Hopewell, Virginia. I'm Glenn. I'm your host for the evening, along with my main man, George. George, what's going on, brother?
Man, I have been waiting for this all day. What went down at joint practice? I can't wait to talk about it.
Yo, we also have on Bowie TV CEO Candi Waller, who will help break us down, who will break down joint practice today. Day one of joint practice from Ashburn, Virginia, Washington Commanders headquarters. Candi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, actually.
Oh, right. That's
a
right.
Good thing.
After
joint practice is good.
I didn't see any distress signals, but we'll talk about that in a minute. George, go ahead, George.
Yes. Subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and all your other fine podcast platforms. Just search All Burgundy and Gold, Errrything, 3 R's. Hit us up on X, Instagram, and TikTok at ABG_Errrything, 3 R's. Also like our All Burgundy and Gold Errrything Facebook page. And don't forget to subscribe to the All Burgundy and Gold Errrything YouTube channel. If you're in the YouTube chat, we do accept super chats. They help us support the show, and we will prioritize them over all other comments. Glenn.
Yo, here it is. Here's what we have on tap tonight. Here's the rundown. We're talking to Candi about the Washington Commanders joint practice with the Miami Dolphins. Candi was there covering. Candi. Look, I'm going to go ahead and start with man Static Shock. Says, look, stop playing with us. Don't play with us today, right? Stop playing with me, Candi. It's time. Are we knocking heads of these first 5 games? Or nah, can't run for me now. How was day one of joint practice? And can we answer the question, does the first 5 games look much brighter?
Here's what I'll say. I wish the Commanders had the Miami Dolphins on the regular season schedule. Because that would be a W for sure. They're not good. The Dolphins are not good right now, which means that the Washington Commanders did exactly what they were supposed to do. I think the highlights are Jayden Daniels is getting, he's just very, very good. Very, very good connecting with all of his receivers, I've been talking about the assets. So he's been connecting with all of the assets. I'm talking about the things that are positive. So please pay attention, use your clues of what I am mentioning and what I am not. Okay. So Jayden, receivers, great day. You did what you were supposed to do based on who was across the scrimmage line. Tight ends, also very good. Good things from Chig. It was a good day for that group mostly. Good day for the running backs. Bill continues to have an excellent training camp. He really, really is. I want to go back to the receivers. Jayden, the receivers, very good. Everybody today. Okay. Now, if I switch to defense, the pass rush was on 1,000 against this Dolphins offense. Now, it's not good. There were several moments where I was like, okay, somebody's got to help Malik. Now I'm starting to feel bad for Malik Willis. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. My word. My gosh. I know they're trying to figure things out as well. They got new staff and everything, but woo. Okay. And so, yeah. It wasn't good for him, but that pass rush, specifically Odafe Oweh, Kaylavon Chasen, Javonte Jean-Baptiste. Let's keep watching Javonte. Let's just keep watching Javonte. But Joshua Josephs, I can't say enough good things about that young man. Hey, Mom. I know she's fine.
Hey, Mama Waller. How you doing?
Hi, Mama Waller.
Listen, training camp I haven't talked to my mom. I need to call her. I talked to her on here, so I need to call her. But she knows I have been busy with shows and with camp and everything. Taj, I met Taj today. Taj came and introduced himself to me, and I met so many Commanders fans. I've been meeting so many Commanders fans. So thank you to everybody. A lot of people that watch All Burgundy and Go, everything, a lot that that watch my content and everything. So I appreciate you all, and I appreciate this partnership with Fox Sports 1340. You guys, Glen, George, Wole, you guys are fantastic for just partnering with Bowie TV and just allowing us this platform to share our insights with Commanders fans. So thank you so much for all that you do. I wanted to say that up front before we really got into the conversation. But those were the highlights for me. Jayden, receivers, definitely some of what I saw from the tight ends, running backs as well, that pass rush. We've been waiting for a pass rush. And I think they got one. I think they do.
Well, let's go to what you did not say real quick, George. We're going to start with the defensive side of the football, but since the defense was on 1,000 today, and the pass rush was great. But that secondary looked like they had some issues today with Malik Willis and some of the Miami Dolphins receivers, which are not some of the receivers that we may face in the regular season. When you talk about some of the teams that this Commanders team plays, when you talk about the Seattle Seahawks with the receivers they have, right? One of the best receivers in the league. When you talk about the Philadelphia Eagles with Devontae Smith, when you talk about the New York Football Giants with Malik Neighbors and OBJ, this secondary, if they did that today, and I know it's just joint practice number 1, right? But if that happens today, and does not get better or improve, the pass rush needs to be on 1,000 every week. Or we're going to get lit up like a torch.
100%. Yes. I don't even know how to like hide it, because it's like, yes, that is true.
George, your thoughts on the safeties, corners, because there's a battle there, right? I know Trey Amos was missing today, right? Let's put that there. Disclaimer out there for those who might know. Trey Amos was missing today, but Trey Amos can't solve this by himself. Go ahead, George.
No. Well, and I wanted to ask, because you mentioned how good the front was and how good the pass rush was. How much did the linebackers support that? And are we in a situation where the linebackers are going to really have to support this secondary?
The linebackers are going to have to support the secondary based on what I've seen.
Okay.
I mean, when you see like when what the team and Amik made a wonderful play, and I mean, I know a lot was just said about Mikey's pick 6, but that is because of the pressure up front. They cannot lose their pass rush in no way, shape, or form. I mean, hey, we already know that. We know what happened last year when Dietrich went out and then when Dorrance went out. Now you have, Dietrich is still out, but now you have Dorrance back. But now you have Owe and Caleb Vaughn and Javonte. We'll see what happens here, who makes rosters, right? But Javonte and then Joshua Josephs and all that. But, I mean, just like everything, 110%, everybody got to stay healthy. And I shared with you all last week, you use your clues. Amik got an off day last week. Remember I told you that? I said, well, Amik got an off day.
Yes.
Caleb Vaughn got an off day too. Now, so did Jeremy McNichols, but see, Jeremy McNichols was in his street clothes today. So I'm not sure what that's about. Because everybody should have been practicing unless they were injured. Now, Jeremy McNichols was in his street clothes, as was Tim Settle. Tim Settle back in street clothes, everybody. And I think I saw just before that Ben Standard did report out that I think Tim Settle has, because I know I said it, he didn't practice today. He has a calf strain. So okay. And that's okay. But Trey was out there in street clothes. He's got an ankle situation. The linebackers are definitely going to have to help. But again, Amik got an off day yesterday. He got an off day last week. So I said, use your clues on that one. Because Amik isn't hurt. Because I saw him at practice and he was just as lively and all the things. I was like, yo, you good? He was like, I'm great. See, all right, he's not hurt. And he's not. So when you say Amik was our best corner, I already gave you your clue. He's getting off days. And then still coming out. Now, if you're saying that Amik Robertson is our best corner, I don't know how you all feel as a collective about that. Like, think about it. Based on who's on the roster, what does that tell you? You know, what is it? I mean, you might not, maybe you don't get what I'm putting down, but
Oh, I
there's,
think
you
we
know what I'm
do,
saying? Like,
actually.
he was the best corner. That's, you know, that's all I'm saying. I'll let y'all.
So I want to ask this question, because we've had a lot of discussion on here about, are they going to keep this many receivers, this many tight ends? They got to keep an extra. If this pass rush is as good as what you're talking about, and you talked about Javonte Jean-Baptiste, who we kind of forgot about. You've talked about Joshua Joseph's a 5th-round pick.
I have.
Are we going to be keeping extra defensive ends because we can't afford to cut them because they're all too good? I
don't know. Remember, I've been saying, look at this outside linebacker and defensive end room. Remember, I've been saying that. That was one of the storylines. One of the storylines that we talked about, and I left you all with at the end of mandatory camp, was class of 2024. Circle it. Circle the whole class. And we're going to do an episode of where are they now? That's what we need to do, y'all. We're going to do an episode of where are they now? Like, for real. I think that needs to be a topic or a segment on one of these episodes of where are they now for that class. Seriously, okay? Because it's year 3, and you should be performing at a high level in year 3. I am going to stand on that. In year 3, you should be performing at a high level. There's no more development for me. This is a timeout. Don't nobody care about that. Okay, then really people don't care about you developing in week 3 of the regular season, much as year 3. So we're going to keep that there. But one of the things that I've been also saying is, have y'all taken a look at the roster to see all these names in this pass rush? Outside linebackers and defensive ends. And Dietrich Wise still needs to come back.
It's true.
Which means, and to me, when I hear this, if you keep a lot of those guys, there's a lot of rotating packages that's going to be played out. There's going to be a lot of defensive situational football that's going to take place until Cream rises to the top. And which means also, unlike years past, Washington is going to be fresh going into the 4th quarter if you can maintain a steady rotation.
That's right.
If you can maintain a steady rotation without injuries and things of that nature. Because some of these guys, again, they're D lineman, outside linebacker types, but they go in this defense, they can be very versatile. They can be played a lot of different places. He's going to throw a lot of different things at people to see what could mess them up. And we're going to have a lot of people come from a lot of different places. I want to get to a couple questions real quick, and that's in the chat before we go to any further. Candi, we mentioned linebackers too. There was a linebacker I would like to talk about. How was Luvu today?
Luvu was fine. I mean, he was commanding the deep. You know, he's caused the defense. He's green dot. And I just don't know. And the reason I don't know is because I know we all have seen, you know, Frankie's temperament. So, which is a goon style, which is great. But we saw one really great year from Frankie. We saw some not great year from Frankie. So there's a lot riding on him in his role as the on field. You know, the green dot is the defensive quarterback. That is a huge undertaking. So we'll have to see. Now, I do want to go back to something that I think is important. Again, it's flying under the radar. And you know, I continue to talk about things flying under the radar. I asked Coach Quinn this morning, right, about what are the things that he talked to his, and I'm going to pull it up, that he talked to his coordinators about, of what kind of bubble to the top of what he wants to make sure they're working on. Let me see. And he talked about an emphasis on substitutions, pre-snap, alignments, the discipline part of the penalties. There's still flags flying around that I don't care what makes the highlight film.
They had refs there. They had regular NFL refs there today, right?
Actual. Actual.
Hmm.
All right. Here we go. Here we go, Candi. Let's go with this. What's good, boss? Says this. Good evening. Is it too late to find capable starters at this time? As far as corners, I believe that you're referencing the corners, right?
Yeah, see what they're referencing, because it's, they're fine in a lot of areas.
But I think again, Trey Amos makes a difference when you can sit down.
Trey is out. Trey been hurt, y'all. He been hurt.
Yeah, he's
hurt
out.
again. He's out. He's hurt. He's injured. He's back out there in street clothes at a break. So,
Here's a question about the offensive line. How did Josh Conley Jr. look today?
The offensive line had up and down moments. And I reposted Nikki Javala's tweet, which was, the offensive line looked like they missed their best player. And they do. They do. Laremy Tunsil is good. And so they had some up and down moments. But I mean, okay, it's fine. That change has just happened since Saturday. That is a new change. Okay, it hasn't even been a full week without Laremy Tunsil. Okay, so I'm gonna give some grace there, because they are different with him than without him. Now, with that being said, we just got to see how they progress. But he just got injured on Saturday, everybody. So, he just got injured on Saturday. So I would not be too concerned. Although, I mean, Chop Robinson from the area, he had a fantastic day on them. He really did. Your hometown kid. So, that's good stuff. Happy for him. But it's not good. Julian Good-Jones, he took the reps at the ones, as he should have. Everybody should have used those clues that he was going to be taking the reps with the, I don't even know if I'm supposed to. Well, everybody was there. So, he took the reps with the ones. And I think he did fine. He was okay. But it's not,
I agree with Taj. This is the line was average. First time since injury to Tunsil against somebody else. What do we expect? The chemistry has to be built there.
Yeah, it just literally just got hurt on Saturday. It's not even been a full week.
Has been built there. I want to talk about this too. I agree with you, Paul. They have to clean up the penalties. It's going to cost them a game in a key
100%.
situation.
That was the issue last year. So that's why I've been harping on stuff like that, because it's all well and good. The highlights are cute and all, and it's nice for online. Okay. But if the play is coming back, or if the play is coming back, or if it's a PI, or it's this or that, and that's why Coach Quinn, I appreciated him sharing. Now, he's brought this up several times in press conferences, you all, and that's why I'm the one. This is what objective reporting is. I'm going to tell you the truth. Yeah, it looks good until you find out it's coming back, because it's a penalty. How many times did that happen last year? Or something after the whistle? It's coming back.
And I think we can look at last year's camp. That was in the early games in the preseason. That was an issue, and it never got any better, did it?
And now you're seeing it is still one.
So the question is this: what is Dan Quinn and his staff doing to help discipline?
Because y'all know I'm tracking it. Because I asked the question because I really wanted to know, and I'm sure. And I didn't ask specifically about the penalties. Now, when we get to the game, if it comes out or starts happening, that's something I'm gonna ask. Because it was something that came up in the preseason. George is exactly right. He remembers this vividly. I made a big deal because he even mentioned pre-snap penalties. I know Coach Quinn hates those things. So I'm like, why am I seeing them? If you don't like them, why am I watching it? So,
all right, here's another question. Another question from Taj. What's the ones and twos getting all the reps? Does it mean that one's playing this Friday or fighting for position?
I would take that. I mean, they need bodies, but I mean, there's not some of the ones and twos. Some of the twos absolutely 100% gonna play. So because it's just not enough bodies to not, right? And so some of the twos played last year. And so, but some of those people you saw playing with the ones, yeah, for sure. I mean, you could probably use your clues on who didn't practice yesterday, right? Now, but what was interesting with that, right, was that Ben Sinnott didn't practice yesterday. So I'm anxious to see what that means. I'm like, well, if Ben not here, why is Chig here? So it's still some things that I'm looking at, right? Because it's not a direct one-to-one, use your clues on each and every one. But I mean, you can tell who's probably not gonna play on. I mean, and they you also don't know. You really don't know, and that's why Coach Quinn made it clear. We'll let y'all know on Friday who's doing what, who's playing and who's not.
It is for what good boss. Miss Candi, to that discipline point, our defense coordinator did make emphasis of being disciplined in his last press conference.
100% he did, and that is so excellent that you mentioned that was good boss, because he said it, and that's why I'm saying it, because you've heard the defensive coordinator say it, you've heard the head coach now say it, you're hearing me coming and telling you all about it. Yeah, sure, it all looks good until the play has to come back because of an unnecessary penalty. How many times have we seen that? And so I am going to harp on those things. I'm not going to get all into the woo, because the play coming back, y'all. It's coming back. So miss me with all that if the play's coming back. So they got to work on that.
Hey, I agree with DC Slim here. I gotta blame Dan. I gotta blame Cliche Danny for this. I'm gonna tell you why you blame the head coach. I always say you take out a persona of your head coach. Your head coach is the one who fixes this. I know you do different things at a professional level to your players. You can't have dumb penalties. Where did you fix this with NFL players? I take money for penalties that cost you or dumb penalties that way. I don't know what the rule is about finding people like that, but you can't be the one of the most penalized teams in the league and then be terrible, right? That's a lack of discipline. Discipline comes from the head coach. It comes from the coordinators. It comes with the position coaches. That's where the discipline comes from. Jumping off sides, pass interference, extracurricular activities after the play. We saw a lot of that today at camp as well. Extracurricular things going on, extra pushing and shoving. That stuff is, you can't win football games like that. You have to be disciplined. If not, it's going to cost you. And I know somebody said, well, Lattimore had a lot of the penalties. Guess what? He's not here right now. He's not here this year. And they still having a lot of penalties on the field. And so you got to look at the position. Got to look at the position groups that are having to cost you the yards. You got to look at the coach of that position group that's not fixing it there. And ultimately, everything falls on the head of Dan Quinn. So Dan Quinn should get all the questions. Why is the Washington Commanders currently, or for the last year, been a very undisciplined football team because of all the penalties they're getting?
Well, and somebody asked, I mean, when you talk pre-snap, that's at the line most of the time, right?
Correct.
And we know that the offensive line had that issue last year. So they still have it. Now, another thing that I'm seeing is I'm seeing it in both. But I'm also seeing it in desperation at times from the defense trying to make a play. Now, this goes back to what Coach Jones was saying about technique, because you don't care about you winning if you didn't use the technique, but you got to use the right technique and the foundational principles of that.
I have a question about the referees, because usually they come into these joint practices and usually there's some directive from the NFL about we're emphasizing certain things, and that leads to a lot of flags. Was there anything that the coaches said about that the refs were specifically emphasizing in these practices that might have led to some of these flags?
And I mean, here's my thing about throwing a flag and telling them, and that's what Coach Quinn responded back to me, is Coach Quinn is saying the officials explaining why you got the flag. My thing or my suggestion would be make it a real game situation. What is the penalty for that flag? If it's 15 yards, give them 15 yards. If it's 10, give them 10. It's the actual output of the flag. You know what I'm saying? Like, so in practice, I mean, you can tell me all day long why I got the flag, but what's the tangible output of getting that flag? Nothing, because you're still going back to this. You know, you're just going to go right back there. You know what I'm saying? And so you might have players who don't get it. Because here's the thing. I remember I'm gonna bring you all up. This is Use Your Clues on 1,000. Remember last year I asked Coach Quinn about the leadership of like Zach Ertz and Bobby Wagner. You know what I mean? First thing he said was their discipline. And he talked about all of the things that, you know what I mean, about discipline. You know what I mean? When I asked Charles O'Malley when he first got here, I said, what is the things that championship caliber teams consistently do? What's the thing? He said discipline. And he went through a bunch of different examples of discipline. Don't be the last guy the ref sees. Don't try to improvise. Do what your coaches tell you to do. So this goes back to if they are relentlessly teaching and they're telling you what to do and you are not doing it, that is on the player. Because I'm watching very closely at how these guys are teaching. That ain't on the coaches. Because I'm watching that. Now, the penalties, what I do think there needs to be is an actionable in real life. You know what I mean? If it's 15 yards, take them down the field 15 yards. If it's 15, take them back 15. Whoever got the penalty, it needs to show up because this is what's going to happen on game day. You are going to be held accountable for said penalty. And I'm seeing literally they're teaching, they're doing all of the things. If you're not accountable or consequence, all of that, then no. Now I'm going to address statics. I'm going through this fast. Nobody said they're going to be trash. I don't want to be honest with y'all. I don't like when people exaggerate. So nobody said that they're going to be trash. And we talked about this even as a media room. Why does everything either have to be good or bad?
Fair point.
There's 31 other teams in the league that's having the same conversation we having right now.
Look, I think some things, I go to static or some people in the chat, there's some things when you look at this team, everyone has high expectations for this Washington Commanders team.
Right.
Everybody has high expectations. The level is high. Because let's be honest, there's some camps that we went into years past like, boy, we just hope they get 5 wins, right? I mean, there's some camps, and if you're honest, right? Let's be honest. There's some camps that you've gone into. Even a year they went 12-5. No one was thinking they would go 12-5. We all came on here and no one had over 10 wins except for Paul. I'm gonna give you credit, Paul.
That's right.
Except for Paul.
That's right.
So I don't want anybody to push the panic button. It's the first joint practice, right? It is the first time they get to hit somebody else. It's just some things that we're talking about that the Washington Commanders have to work on. Yes, they did some great things. The Washington Commanders did some great things today. We haven't even got into. We're going to get into why receivers were running wide open. Because I want to get into that too. That means that the passing game looks good, right? That means Jayden getting the ball out quicker. We're just dealing with some of the negative things first. We're gonna get to some of the positive stuff because this is not a negative show, but we're gonna always be truthful. We're always gonna be honest, 100% truthful and honest about what people saw. Taj, we may even get you on a little bit later to tell you from a fan perspective because you was there today, what you saw and what you was hearing in the crowd, because that's the difference on what the fan base hears as well. So again. Don't hit the panic alarm. If this is week 9 and we're still having these issues, I'll tell you hit the panic button. Right?
Yeah.
But right now, they're cleaning some things up. First time against another opponent, different schemes. And that's one thing about joint practices too. No one's scheming to win. People are trying to do their stuff.
They're not even scheming.
They're not scheming. They're trying to do their stuff. Let's get some questions real quick while we're in the chat. Because
and to your point, I love what Taj is saying because he was there by saying he disagrees with Static and saying, no, they wasn't trash, but they wasn't perfect. Mm-hmm. And this is not one I wouldn't have ever even agreed to be on this show if it was one of the gas people. And we just not, you know what I mean? We just not going to gas you because then you're going to end up seeing it in the regular season and then say, well, why you didn't tell me that? I'm gonna tell you, the offense is as much as people talk about this wide receiver core, they were good today. Jayden, the wide receivers, running backs, the tight end work, good. Pass rush, good. Other things, they need work.
Yeah. Eric says this consequence and repercussions. I agree with the penalty situation. there should be some consequences and repercussions. Terrence says this. Agreed. Discipline is monumental in the game. Make sure we got anything else. I just want to make sure we got all you guys in the chat. Make sure we make questions. Here it is, Candi. I want to tell you this. I want to talk about this real quick. Guys like Treylon Burks stood out today. Antonio Williams stood out today. Some of the guys that we had, some of the receivers that we had questions about. And I say that because people didn't know what kind of Treylon Burks was going to stand up, right? Today he looked like he was the Treylon Burks that was the first rounder, getting up there, getting balls. Antonio Williams looked like, okay, Washington Commanders didn't make a mistake when they selected him, because no one knew his name. Guys that's on the bubble, right? The guys that we talked about on the bubble, didn't hear much of their names today, like a Diami, like a Luke. How was their day?
They were all great.
Okay.
I mean, they're going to have a hard time figuring out who they're going to let go and who they're going to keep. See, listen, when Jayden is on, anything is possible. Jayden Daniels is the X factor. Everybody just accept it, know it. It is what it is. He is the guy. And when he is healthy and he is on, it's very good. Mm-hmm. And those receivers were very good today. Even Van Jefferson, they had a good day. The receivers had a good day on the Dolphins defense. They made them look bad. They are bad, but they made them look bad. It's not good. So the Washington Commanders did what they were supposed to do against a lesser opponent in practice. That is the takeaway from today. I would need to see a better team. So the Ravens is going to matter in 2 weeks, and preseason game 2 is going to matter. It's like each week you want to see. Okay, so you start out here. That gives you a measuring stick. Okay, we know where the Dolphins are. And many of you said, Paul continued to say it. Paul continued to say, y'all listen, the Dolphins not good. Paul been saying the Dolphins not good. Mm-hmm. He's right, the Dolphins not good. And yes, I want to get to this right in a moment, 100%. And he was right. Paul was spot on correct. They're not good. So therefore, the Commanders did what they were supposed to do, right? If that's where we are, then it wasn't a struggle, but there's some things that need to be worked on, and you got a month to work on it, okay? They got a month to work on it, so it's cool.
And I tell people all the time, you can't control who's on your schedule, right? You control you. You can't control the other team.
That's
you
right.
Control you. If they're a bad football team, then you're supposed to run over. You're supposed to drop 70 on bad football team. I mean, it's what I'm just using that example, but again, that's what you're supposed to do. If they're a good football team, then you may struggle a little bit with a good football team. But if they're bad, then put the foot on it. As I'm gonna use Doc Walker's, put the foot on their neck, right? Yeah. Make sure you put your foot. But like, here's the other thing I want to have too. When we're talking about how was the kicking battle today? Did we see kicks? They were fine
today. So I really think, that the other day it might have been, Tress is the holder sometimes. So sometimes, remember I came and said it. I said, I don't know if it was Tress. Because as the holder, because that was oddly bizarre for both Jake Moody and Andrew Stevens to be that bad.
But it was like the first day is him back being holder, right?
Yeah. That's why I was like, it might have been. It might have been because I was like, y'all, that was just too. I mean, Jake missed 4, Drew missed 3. Like, wait a minute now. This is not. I mean, and I can use my clues in that way too. Like maybe, because you got to take all things considered. While it can be simple, there's multiple pieces. There's multiple things that's going on to make this thing work. And your holder, guess what, everybody, does matter. Mm-hmm. So it could have been that. Like George just said, Trust was just coming back, and going back to Centric, I think it was DQ was he did ask the officials to call it tightly. That was in response to my question. He knew where I was getting at because he knows I'm somebody that pays attention to stuff like that.
Definitely that. But again, Static Shock, thanks for the chat. You're not lying. You're not lying. JD is the only quarterback that when he comes to the field, I just have a big smile on my face. When he's playing, I have confidence. I think we all have confidence when he's playing.
That's right.
The thing is, we all have confidence while he's playing. We all have confidence that he's trying to get better. We all have confidence he's trying to improve. Jayden said today in his presser, if you watch it, he's not worried about 2024, 2025. That his mind is focused on this year. How can he get better and enhance people around him to get better each and every day? So that's one of the things I can say about him. He's kind of locked in and focused about what's going on this current season. Don't compare him to 2024 Jayden or 2025 Jayden. He wants to be 2026 Jayden. And
to that end, I want to ask about his comfort under center, because from what I was seeing online today, Jayden looks like he's as comfortable under center like he's been doing it his whole career, even though he's barely played under center until this offseason. Discuss that real quick.
I mean, when we talked to Darnell Stapleton about it in the coaches position group one-on-ones, he was like, I mean, it's stuff that they do in youth football, so they just got to get used to it again. He was like, it's not what everybody thinks it is. DJ even said that. Doug Williams Jr., he and I talked a bit, and he's just like, Candi, it's not going to be what everybody think it is. It's not going to be as hard as everybody thinks it is. This is, it's not. And so that's why, it's good. He's going to be fine. As long as he's healthy, he's fine. As long as he's healthy, he is fine.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Wole stepped in the building.
What's up,
Chief? What's going on?
What's up, man? I'm just here so I won't get fined. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of stuff talking about my guys. That's all I know. That's all. I'm gonna be quiet. I want to listen. There's a lot of stuff talking about my guys.
We can go ahead. Hold on. Let's go ahead and get the Mikey.
Yeah.
He needed that.
I'm just saying, a lot of talk.
No. And let's be clear. There's still talk.
Okay, I'm just saying.
That was one moment because it was bad today. Taj was there.
I'm saying.
Taj was there. So, like, yeah, man. We were glad. We were like, thank God. Like, we were like, thank God. And I'm going to tell you another thing that's helping. Trey is out.
Yeah, he's out till Saturday, though, right?
I don't know.
All I'm saying, my man, he had a pick six. That's all I'm saying. He makes plays. That's all I'm saying. That's what Mikey do. That's all I'm saying. That's what Mikey do.
He needed it, but it really.
But I get. I know what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's what Mikey do. I know that's what Mikey do. That's all I'm telling folks. Like, yes. Mikey catches the ball and he's a playmaker. That's all I'm trying to say is that's what Mikey do. I know getting beat, whatever. I'm just telling y'all that's what Mikey do.
Y'all know me. I don't want to position it like.
No, I'm not saying Mikey killed or fried.
No, he definitely did.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that.
Anybody could have got it. He was the one that ended up getting it, and I'm glad he did.
Yeah, I'm just saying they didn't get it, but you can't turn it to a 7. That's what I'm saying. Turn it to 7 is something totally different.
No, run, please.
Some people get walked. That's all I'm telling you. That's all I'm saying. Some folks get walked. That's what Mikey do. That's all I'm saying. And some people drop the ball. All I'm saying, some dudes can't catch. That too. All I'm saying, that's what Mikey do. That's all I'm saying. I ain't full screen this. I'm just telling y'all that's what Mikey do.
No. I don't want to embarrass Wole like that. No, we not gonna give him full screen on this one.
No. I'm just telling folks right now.
That's what Taj said. 1 minute he is up, but he will be down as well. It was not. Listen, we all took a sigh of relief. It was not like if he when I tell you he needed anything. At this point, it was like, yes, no force. I'm with Todd. Listen.
Todd's a hater. I ain't with Todd.
No, because we had to be like, bro, God, thank you. Because it was like, dog, do you know this is not going, bro, when I tell you he just needed it to get through. He needed it to get through. And that's all we've been saying. Like, that's got to help his confidence.
Look, man, I'm going to tell y'all again, I ain't worried about Mikey. I ain't worried about him. I'm going to tell y'all, I ain't worried about Mikey. I'm just going to tell y'all, when week 1, when he gets you, week 1 or week 2, when he get look, this is what happened. Week 1, week 2, when he get a pick 6 again, I'm going to full screen this moment, right? I ain't going to lie to y'all. And I'm going to be like, I'm going to say this, that's what Mikey do. And he'll get beat on a play. And I'm going to be like, but remember that's what Mikey do. That's all I'm saying. Even the interception, look, I'll be real. The interception he had against Detroit in the postseason. He was getting beat. He got beat by
Watch
He got beat by J-Mo.
He gonna definitely get some work this preseason. And so we're all hoping that
we like Mikey.
Yeah, we like Mikey. And his in the pass rush, the pass rush, I was saying this, the pass rush was phenomenal today. I will give that pass rush. They were very good. And if anybody needed that moment and that pick six, it was him. And I was happy for him because it was already going down the tubes today for him. So that moment couldn't have come at a better time for him. And I'm saying that sincerely because I don't want nobody to gas. It's not good. And if Trey was healthy, it would be evident that it wasn't good. And so we want him right now. It's an opportunity. And everybody loves Trey, but it's an opportunity. Like now is the time for him to take that pick six and keep building and keep doing what he do, so that it's better for him once the season starts.
I agree. But I will say this about like this is the thing I not even no knock on Trey, but I think people give Trey way too much credit of who he is right now after 1 year. You know
it's the same thing that everybody did with Mikey.
Yeah, exactly. No, red facts. That's what I'm saying. No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
So it's what's the challenge here is with that group is nobody is proven.
There you go. I agree with that.
You know what I mean? And so and you know that because you just brought in Rasul 2 weeks ago.
Facts.
And people talk about he either the best or second best corner. Amik just got here in the off season. So you just drafted 2 corners, and why are they not one of your top corners? You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. But that goes in for a lot of different things.
I agree with you. I totally agree
with you. But that's the challenge. It's, people been crowned for less. And that's the challenge. And so now it's like, here we go. Trey is back on the sideline. People not talking about that. Trey is back on the sideline. So it's something to be said about it. But if that pass rush is real, because the Dolphins' offense is not good at all. But if that's really real, if that is real, he's got a shot with Trey being out.
But I want to say this. I think DC Slim hit it too. Mikey is building his confidence back up. And I think when you build your confidence back up, sometimes it's like a batter in baseball, right? Who's in the slump when they finally get that hit, right? Today might have been that day that Mikey wakes up, right? You got to shine. You got to shine. It might be the thing that his confidence needed to give him that jump. I agree with Wole because the kid is always around the football. I mean, that's not. I'm never going to knock that. He's always around the football. But I think when you, as in the totality of the matter, we got to look at how many good plays how many good plays for the other team is he going to give up before he makes a good play for himself. And now what we've seen with Mikey, and this is facts again, the good plays that he makes for Washington have been plays that change games and change moments in football games. And so that's what we're looking at. I'm not saying he's not no Benjamin St. Juice, right? He's not that. So
Mikey, that's messed up. Don't put him in the same sense as St.
No, I said he's
I'm messing with you.
He ain't working at Wegmans yet, right? He ain't at Wegmans stock the shelf, right? but he has to be able to. Mikey has to. Like everybody said in the chat, even people that's watching that he needed this today, and maybe this sparks his confidence up. Maybe he gets one on Friday because let's say Mikey's gonna play Friday. Maybe he gets something on Friday.
Dudes better play Friday. They ain't that good.
But that's a whole different point. I think everybody should play. I think everybody should play Friday. So that's just my different opinion. So.
I do got a question for Candi that we said we on the defense. All jokes aside, I be joking around. All jokes aside, there's a little truth on my stuff though. I'll be joking around a whole bunch of times. But like, I do want to ask about the linebackers. Like, how did they look out there? Like,
that's what I'm saying. It was fine. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of like, okay, it's fine. Yeah. But in terms of like who, like what? Yeah, it was the pass rush. It specifically it was Adafe, Caleb Vaughn, Javonte, Jean-Baptiste.
I heard Baptiste got work. I heard. I like Baptiste, man.
Javonte, Jean-Baptiste, and Joshua Joseph. Them four. I was like, yo.
What about the Dorrance play?
I didn't name him.
Damn. Okay. I like Dorrance. Dorrance gonna be on the team. But,
he's gonna 100% be on the team.
Yeah,
but in terms of who I was like, yo. Yeah, you know what I mean? And it wasn't like he was bad. Let me be clear. He wasn't bad at all. But who actually made me feel like, yo? Because at one point, I'm like, Malik might as well just pass the ball to Caleb on or Dafe. Because they in the backfield with him. They're just, I mean, he's running for his life. He's getting a lot of steps in. He's getting a lot of cardio in. Like, it wasn't good. And so it was, when I say I didn't mention him, it's because you were fine.
Yeah, you didn't stand out. You just saying you didn't stand out. It wasn't bad.
You had practice, it wasn't bad. But when I'm mentioning somebody, it's because you made me turn my head.
Facts.
And, a lot of people in the chat are asking about Sonny. I mean, he gets after the running back. I mean, you see the speed.
Yeah.
You see the speed to go make the play. You see those things, and you are good to see those things. You're happy to see those things because that's one of the reasons why they got him. He's fast. He can get there. You know what I'm saying? All the things that you were like, oh, Bowie too slow. You ain't gonna have that conversation this year. Nobody's gonna be talking about anybody being slow because that ain't the case. You know what I'm saying? So that's different. Again, faster, young, check for sure. And so it will be, they're not scheming anything. And so that's when I come to, and I've talked about this a lot because I have taken some time to really get and understand Mike McDonald's defense. And the way they scheme for offenses is vicious. Like, I don't know. We could talk about that a whole nother day.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the fundamentals of just the athleticism and the speed, you absolutely saw that today for sure. Because they're not scheming or whatever, but just like pound for pound, me and you going against each other, Commanders defense, they shut. I mean, I don't want to talk about like one-on-one stuff.
Yeah.
The offensive line, defensive line one-on-ones. The Commanders defensive line was punishing them. Like now they got more work against their own offensive line, which is a good thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, because they.
Oh, really? Okay, I got you.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the one-on-ones within the Commanders team,
they got more work. I got you.
They got way more work.
Yeah.
Today, I was like, is this the first team offense they going up against? Because and it was. So it was, a lot of people walked away from it. I said this earlier. It is something to think about, Wole. People are walking away from things, and myself, included today. And they was like, Amit Robertson is the best corner. And I'm like, what does that say?
Yeah, folks be saying that. I don't know about it. I mean, I haven't seen him play, so I don't know. But
I mean, that's what it looked like.
It looking for real. I mean, first they were saying Whistling was the best corner. Now they saying
I think it's Rasul.
Everybody, I know.
I think it's Rasul, but I mean, based on if the total back, I'm like, okay. I don't think either one of those should be though. Is my point.
Yeah, no, I get your point. You're right. No, you're right.
I don't think either one of them should.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're definitely right. I just feel like you're right. I mean, I just feel like folks have been switching up because the majority of folks were saying Rasul was the best. Now I seen after, and then after like it seems like today I'm hearing like, oh, Amik is the best. I'm like, come on, y'all.
I don't change my stripes.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, y'all changing like every other day now. Like what we doing?
And it really does depend. And Rasul is going to cover the taller receivers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So your Terrys and your Traylons of the world, but he can't cover everybody. And it's some pretty tall receivers that they got to go up against. So it's something to watch for sure. And Trey Amos being hurt again, y'all. Y'all not questioning this?
Oh, I do question it. I question it big time. I question it. I don't want it. Like, that's why I question. I feel like that's something that people are like putting under the radar. Like again, I like Trey when he out there. Like I'm not. This ain't no whatever. But also availability. You know, because I was told like when he was drafted, you know, he don't get hurt, and this, that, and the other. Because I wanted another cornerback. I want everybody to know who I wanted. But like, and the whole thing, I wanted Will Johnson. I know exactly who I wanted. And everybody, and Will Johnson was a top 10 pick, but the injury concerns scared everybody off. Mm-hmm. And everybody was like, well, Will Johnson is injury prone, and Trey Amos isn't. And they were talking, and folks drafted Connerly or whatnot. So, but now like injuries are a concern with this kid. Mm-hmm. Injuries are a concern, and I'm like, why are we not talking about this? This should be something that folks are talking about. Not you, can I know you do. No.
That's what I'm saying. I'm with you because that's what I'm like. I don't know if I was flying under the radar.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
And I feel like the bad guy. The bad person, because I'm like, does anybody want? I'm just bringing it up because this is part of my job and being objective. Like, you back first day back and pass, ramp up, now you out again. Okay.
Yeah, but he had nagging injuries last year too.
Yeah, but we saw that with Traylon Burke. So again, I think at this point, sometimes they're keeping guys out for safety precautions more so than
with soreness.
Traylon Burke was out the second day of camp with soreness.
Traylon Burke, to be fair, Burke, you're right. I know you're saying Traylon Burke, and he came back like a day after that though. He wasn't like a whole week. This dude's out for multiple days with soreness. Burke came back like he missed like a day and came back. Yeah, I'm just saying like he's out. They said to the foot like this whole till Sunday. As Candi, am I correct?
What's that?
He's out till Sunday.
That's what they're supposed to.
That's what I'm saying. Soreness is out till Sunday.
I felt like that response from Coach Quinn was about Nick Allegretti. Mm-hmm. I felt like he wasn't talking about Trey, but I could be wrong. He could have been talking about both.
I thought I got a report saying he out till Sunday, and I'm like,
that was definitely about Allegretti.
Oh, that's Allegretti.
It's kind of don't ask, don't tell about Trey. It feels
okay.
Like.
All right.
No, that's not good. Like that is not good.
I could be. He was out there today, but he
was out there. Was he doing anything?
No, he was in street clothes and he had a limp, and he got a break.
He had a limp.
Yeah, he had a limp.
Too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm saying like it's a concern. I mean, I just think it's a concern. But again, like you now, and so I think Todd said this before. Like you didn't really tackle it in the draft. Because some folks thought they should have got, and not early. I'm not saying I'm not saying they should have got a corner in the first round or whatever, but it was a concern though. Like, you know, it ain't somebody you know, and now it's like it seems like it's starting to rear its ugly head, and maybe they should consider either going in free agency heavy and, you know, bringing in some. If you didn't believe in, say, a Mikey, you don't know what Trey. You know, we already knew Trey was coming back from injury, so we knew that was a thing. Like we knew that was a thing. Like not really trying to solidify that situation earlier in the offseason. But you never, like, again, maybe Amik Robinson turns out being something special. Maybe Rasul Douglas comes out and these two continue their fine play in training camp and bring it to the regular season. But I would also say, like, no disrespect to anything, but we did play the Dolphins, though. Like, I ain't wait that too. Like the Dolphins. That's all I'm gonna say. The Dolphins. Like I'm happy that, and this is the thing, I'm happy, and I said this to somebody. The thing that I said this to my best friend when we were on the phone together today. The good thing though is that if you aspire to be a good team, this is like when with like joint practices or even in the regular season, you're supposed to do this to a bad team. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the measurement to me of a good team. You're supposed to put belt to you know what against a bad team. So if we look dominant in a joint practice, that also is a good sign, though. That I want to say.
I agree. I totally agree. That's what I took away from it. I'm like, I want to be clear. They're bad. You know, it's too bad that the Commanders don't have them on the regular season. But you know, schedule, you know, like week 1 or something, you know what I mean? Because they're not good right now. And you're exactly 110% correct, Wole. Then they did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
So I want to say this too before we get there. Again, when you have bad teams, and we said this earlier, joint practice to me is all about you. It's not about the other team. So you already see that Washington has their screws tight, and the defense is flying around 100 miles per hour. The thing is with Durante Jones and even Dan Quinn is to keep that defense hype, or not hype, self-motivated 16 weeks, right? Stay self-motivated when it comes to next week, or when it comes to Friday night, or when it comes to when you face the Baltimore Ravens down the road. Self-motivation is definitely a key here, and let them stay self-motivated and get it done, because again, they came out fast. They came out aggressive, and we saw them able to make progression today. So to me, as a fan or as a journalist looking at it, you just want them to build upon what they did today. So whatever mistakes you made today, you shouldn't make tomorrow. If you started slow today, which is not the secret for the offense, because the offense had started slow even when it was on air, right? When it was by themselves. You make that big mistake. If you want to make, and that's the thing. Watch film. When they watch film today, or when they watch film already tonight, wake up in the morning, should be on your mind. Don't make the same mistake twice.
Paul has a question. I like this question for you, Candi. Candi, do we have the same mentality that the Pats did to us last year than the Pats did to us last year?
I think I was on mute. I'm sorry. I'm not sure I did that.
No.
No, so you got to understand something. With the Pats last year, they were just better. They were a better team. They had better players. Okay, they were a better team. It wasn't it had better coaches. It had nothing to do about mentality. They were just better, right? They were better. You know what I mean? And everybody saw that when the season started. And that's what I told you all. That is a very good football team right there. They're going to have the season that the Commanders had last year. They are good. I'm not saying that about the Dolphins. The Dolphins are bad. Go and find your Dolphin fan friends and give them a hug. It's not good for them.
Yeah, my sister-in-law is a Dolphins fan. That's wild.
Give your sister a hug. It's not
sister-in-law, I'm giving her a hug.
And it's crazy. And it's crazy because they beat, like somebody said in the chat, they beat the Commanders last year. That's why I'm like, yo, this is wild, because it does not look good right now. I don't know what happened to them, but today I was like, bro, this is woo.
Arch has a question. Says, is there a joint practice tomorrow?
Nope, just one day.
Just one day.
A lot of these, there's some teams that still do 2 days, but these mostly are 1 days. One day.
What else we got before Glen, George? You can go ahead.
No, I got that. I'll go to the chat real quick though.
Okay.
Todd says this all in all, today was a very positive, but definitely areas that need improvement. Yes, it was against the Dolphins. Yes, it's the first scrimmage, so take it all in stride. And I think that's the big key there. We got to take that bad boy in stride and build upon it. Todd, very valid point. Kenny School 69 says it's Stennett not practicing the sign of him having a great game.
He was there today in pads.
Yesterday he did, right?
Yesterday he did not, and so that's why we were like, why is he not practicing? How is he not? And Chig is. That's something to watch, because I don't know if they did that because he was going to practice today and he was going to get a lot of work on Friday. I don't know.
Good point.
You know what I mean? Like they were going to make him work today and Friday.
On Friday. Good point.
Oh, good point.
Because I have no idea why he was out and Chig was not.
I do have another question that just hit me, because we haven't talked about it at all. I didn't see anybody talk about it. Did they do any returns during the joint practice? And if they did, who was returning?
Kickoff returns. So with kickoff returns, that's two. There's two people back there. So it's like duos. So like they had in one duo, it's like Luke and Diami, which I like that duo. That was kind of cool. And then I've seen it before, but and today against another team, I was like, oh, all right, okay, whatever. I saw like Rashad and Traylon is another kind of cool one. Rashad. Okay. Robert Henry did very good in his Bill Go. They had Bill Go out there too. Jeremy McNichols did not practice today. He was in street clothes. That's something to watch. Tim Settle also did not practice today. He has a calf strain.
You said Bill was doing returns?
Bill be going back there in the duos. So here's the thing, because I'm a special.
Yeah, I know that's you. Yeah, I know.
And y'all know, like, remember I used to tell y'all Debo back there doing returns. Debo doing returns. Yes. And if you remember. Most of the time, it's either your best player one of your best players or your fastest player that was doing returns. Depending on your age, if you grew up in the Super Bowl years, or even if you was a child, you know what I'm saying, in the Super Bowl years, you was putting one or two people back there. You was putting either Brian Mitchell back there, or if Joe Gibbs, if it got in the trenches, he was putting Darryl Green back there because it was the fastest man in the league, and he was on your team. And it's when are the days gonna come back with a returner is not for a person trying to save a roster spot. This is for somebody that can get you in prime field position. That's what it needs to be. You saw a glimpse of it when they did that with Debo, right? So in my mind, when it comes to the returner, I'm like, yo, this is sometimes it's like, oh, here we go. They got these people, especially for punt return, but on kick return. Because Debo did kick returns. He didn't do punts. He did kickoff. I'm like, you might want to put, I wouldn't be surprised if Rashad did do it. Like the Rashad and Traylon, that was actually kind of cool. I like that little tandem. I was like, oh, it looks like that could work. Or stuff like that. I don't, it's time for it to come back. It's time for it to come back. Because people used to do it. And then when you get in the trenches, I'll tell people all the time, when I would watch the 49ers heavily in recent years, you want to know how I knew in the postseason when they was going to be on a crazy type of time. When they put Debo back there to return kicks, I'd be like, Kyle Shanahan is on goon time. Get it, little Shanny. And then he would, and that's what would happen. Or you would see, like when the Bengals went on their run and they had Jamar Chase doing it. Right?
That's right.
People put their goons back there when they get in the trenches. They 100% do. Now that's in the postseason. And then someone reminded me before, remember when Deshaun Jackson was doing it?
Yeah. Ed Reed too from Baltimore too. Sometimes they needed a big play.
When they needed a big play, I'm giving you my best goon for the big play. Oh no, I'm not gonna give you somebody that we just trying to save a roster spot for. I'm giving you
Santana Moss.
I want you to know when you see my returner come out on that field, I want you to understand I'm going to beat you today. And that's the rest of that. You know what I mean? Like, so I just be like cracking up. Like, it's the truth though. I don't know why they're not on that type of time. What is that? And so, but it's always like, oh, it might get hurt. That used to be a position of value. And so I don't know.
You know what?
Who are the fastest people? Like, just get who are the fastest people now. I'm gonna go do a poll. So. I actually like Rashad doing it. I mean, I made a joke on a previous show, and I was like, if it's me, if you really want to see what type of time I'm on, I'm putting Terry McLaurin back there. Hey, Terry, let me holler at you for a second. Go ahead back here. Because we got to do like this. Because Terry is smoking people at 30 going on 31. Oh, go ahead and let that 31-year-old man go back there and run. If it comes down to the trenches, not week one. But if they had a real situation, where the 4-3 people at? Where y'all at?
Shoot, I didn't dig. She used to do that joint back in the day in Maryland.
He did.
He did.
I know
he did. Yeah,
he was a good returner.
Like that.
He was like that in Maryland.
He was like that. And I'm telling y'all, it's something to think. Can you imagine like one of those premier players doing a kick returning? Do you know how lit Northwest Stadium would be?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Diggs was back there. Oh my God.
We go free pizza for everybody.
At home, put him back there, and he would just run right past everybody.
Did y'all already talk about how well Jayden played, or am I late with that?
Man, Jayden out there lit. Jayden out there
we talked about it.
Like, you did talk about it? Okay.
He in mid-season form. Ain't not, he out there making everybody look good.
His chemistry with Stefon is like amazing right now.
Everybody. I'm telling you, the wide receiver room today was excellent. And that was because Jayden Daniels was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting hype again, man.
But the running game was excellent too. Today they did goal line situation, which that's really want to talk on too. Because if you notice in the last several weeks, Dan Quinn has done a lot of goal line situation. Yeah. Dan Quinn was not happy with the productivity in the red zone last year. How Washington's percentage last year was down from the previous year. Think about this. Mm-hmm. They was in the red zone in the Minnesota game, twice and didn't score?
Yeah. 0.
So zero
times. One of the times.
We got stolen for one. So I think the emphasis on goal line is this: can we stop people on goal line? And from the defensive perspective, and if we on the goal line, we have to punch it in for 6 and not settle for field goals. And I think
yeah, because you don't even know who your kicker is right now. It's one of the two, but yeah, I think they're fine. I think they're going to keep going. They got a month. They have a month, you all. They have a month. So based on where they are today, okay, because you did what you were supposed to do on a lesser opponent. And it wasn't scheme or anything involved. Very good. And so, well, here's the thing. I wasn't really worried about the wide receiver situation. I was like, everybody else is so upset, and I'm not really sure what the problem is. I mean, well, with the first day of pads, it was bad. The second day of pads, I was just kind of like, okay, this is better. But they said we're not going to deal with this, and they got Stefon Diggs, which was good.
I do ask about a receiver, like you talked about, even as a returner, but with Burks, like what? Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. I'm buying my wall. I ain't say hi and buying my wall. Hi. I apologize.
Hi, my Waller.
I do, and I'll get to the super chat because I see it, and I want to make sure I show you the love. But I do want to ask about Treylon Burks. I heard he had a big play.
He did.
How he was looking nice out there for. I know you said
I mean the whole group was. I mean, it's going to be difficult to make a decision because with Jayden, you've heard me say that some of the unfortunate things is like when you got to do the twos with Marcus. He's not having a great camp. He's not even having a good camp right now. He started out strong, but he's trending down. And so in terms of that, he had a big play. He fell. Every time you got to close your eyes when he falls, you be like, because it just looks so bad every time he falls. Like it hurt. Lord, you think he's gonna get injured. Now, one time I looked over there, Van Jefferson dropped the ball. That was in one-on-ones. But during team drills, he was great. He was excellent during team drills. But again, that was with Jayden.
Yeah.
So the super chat, here you go. Static, appreciate you as always, man. So how you think we looking on fourth down conversions?
It goes up and down. I hate to be, because I know he'd be like, I think they're trying to stay away from having to do that though, right? Yeah. Just get the first down. Just get the first down. But when they're doing it and they have to hurry up, spike the ball or whatever the case may be, it's fine. That's kind of sometimes when they are trying to get the kickers in there, really seeing what they could do. Get the ball in the field goal range. Right. Be quick on the clock management tip.
Different hashes are straight down the middle. They put on a left hash, right hash.
Yeah, and so like red zone drills, and like Tasha said, everyone, Jayden made I'm not even exaggerating. Today, I was like, that's why I went over to the defense first. I was in a spot, and I thought I could stand there. Wole, you're probably familiar under the scoreboard. I thought I could stand there, and somebody was like, "You either got to go over here, over here." So I went on the far field because that's where the Commanders' defense was. I was like, you know what? Because I already knew what was going to happen over here. I was like, Jayden them going to eat. So I'm staying over here with the defense. And so they ate, and it was good. They had a good day. They had a good day. They had a good day with Jayden.
Shelly got a question. She says, why are we not picking up someone behind Allegretti? Center situation is not good. Depth is not good.
Julian Good Jones, he did all right today. That was it. He did okay today. He was with he's with Jayden. We'll see. They got a month. I just keep saying they got a month. They got 1 month.
I love how you say that.
And before you came on, I think is what we talked about Laramie, and that was like, hey, he just got hurt on Saturday. So, like give it a minute, give it some time. We'll see how it's looking really next week, but give it a minute. And like Jayden said today in his press conference about Laramie, you can't replace LT. LT is one of one, but you got confidence and BC and next man up mentality, and he trusts all his teammates to go out there and perform and do their job. So let's be clear, everybody. You can't replace LT. There's that man. But BC gonna be all right. I think he's going to be fine.
How was the line in general? Because I heard some things that the
up
line
and down. It was up and down
that's
for sure, and that's why I was like, it just happened on Saturday.
What was the week? Who were the issues?
To me, it was the left side, and I mean, Josh Connolly is getting a little bit of work too.
I heard he's getting work too.
But we all know he's going to be fine. We saw this last year, so he's going to be fine. I'm not concerned at all. I'm not concerned about any of them. Where my point of emphasis is on the line as the center.
Center, of course.
But I'm just trying to temper. That's where y'all can lean on me for help or hope. Like, look, LT just got hurt on Saturday. Give it a minute. Just give it a minute. When I say a minute, like, next week. Any smoke on Decker interest? I mean, it might be. It might be. I mean, you never know. I mean, hey, we still waiting, right? What's the question? The years pass in this regime, they make a trade. They do something.
They do something around this time.
Especially like around that second, third preseason game. They do something. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't. I don't see him making a trade for a corner because, listen, with the pass rush and the linebackers that you have with the impact up front, I'm not certain you need to do something like that at this time. Let's find out a little bit more about this injury with Trey, and let's just see if they continue to progress. That's how I'm looking at it.
But again, it always comes to this, Candi. Again, some guys in the chat talked about it too. It's the next man of mentality. People have to be. You have to step up. You have to have that mindset to be. I'm next. People are they're trying to make this team. Yeah. And so I think that's the mindset of the corners. You got to be competitive and make this team. And that's the thing is compete, and that's all Dan Quinn. That's all the coaching staff. That's all Durante Jones, and everybody's talked about all summer was they want people to compete. And that's the question I have for you and Taj. Did they look like they was competing, or just the other people were better?
I want to like.
I know he was gonna do this.
Yeah, I got to first on. This is wild, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
100 for keeping it 100.
Yeah.
Thank you, Static.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, somebody that appreciates the truth.
I still believe we will be 4-1, minimum 3-2. Within the first 5 games, man. Appreciate you, brother. Man. Appreciate you.
Lord, I hope so. Static from your lips.
Go ahead. Ask.
I'm gonna start being nosy. You know what I'm saying?
For Dan Quick's sake.
Because do I need to tell y'all here now that Caleb Downs is the green dot in Dallas? Waited on that?
Don't
want to talk about? Let's wait. Okay. All right.
Yeah, don't go there because
sorry.
It's all we good. We good.
My bad.
Hey, let's not go there.
But look, because we got to have a scheduled show. That's probably going to be a long show, y'all.
Yeah,
we got to have a scheduled show. Paul said, Candi, no. Oh, yeah. I'm nosy. I'm all in everybody else's business because I'm kind. They just be telling me all their business. I'd be like, I'm the ops, y'all. Why y'all telling me? That's what I be thinking to myself. I'm the ops. Hey, at least I told you I was the ops. Now I'm going to come in and get your information. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do with it.
I know Taj had another good question, too. I do want to give Taj. He had a good question prior to this one.
What's that?
This one right here, I like this question. I know Chubb is a dog, but are coaches concerned with Conley being overmatched at times with the edge rushers that bull rush him?
No, I don't think so because he did so well last year.
Okay.
I think he's all right.
He was going against Bradley Chubb? That's who he was going against?
Oh, is that what? Yes. Chubb. Okay. I was just like.
He said Chubb was going at him because Chubb was like, he's a dominant pass rusher. He's a dominant pass rusher. Oh, that's why. Okay.
It was, hey. But Laramie Tunsil, there's Laramie Tunsil and there's Brandon Coleman. This is an opportunity for Brandon Coleman to solidify himself. Mm-hmm. He didn't have the best second year either. You know what I'm saying? Remember, he was like a healthy scratch. Didn't even know if he was going to be on the team. We didn't even know, like, is this dude trade bait? Like, what's going on? Lost his start left guard position. This is a huge opportunity for him, not to replace Laramie Tunsil because you cannot replace him, but to be who he is in this league and in that position. And I think when the line can really be like 5 is 1, and I got that 5 is 1 from Tyler Biadasz, honestly. But for that 5 is 1, when people perform high, everybody gotta go high. Mm-hmm. So Josh Connolly's getting that practice. He's getting it. I saw it. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all what I saw, but I know he's gonna get better. I know he is, because I saw such a great improvement in his rookie season. He was like the only offensive player that played every offensive snap last year. So he's going to be good. I think he's going to be fine. We'll see.
Ellison has a question. So Candi, they will look high and low to add to the roster after the initial 53 comes out?
I mean, they've done that the last 2 years. Once they started seeing something, and see, they did it. They did it in 2024. They did it last year. Where they see something as an issue or a challenge, you did see this team make moves. So,
we got here. Don't forget, Sonny was the green dot for Ohio State. Keep hoping a lot. I thought Caleb was.
Caleb was.
I thought Caleb was the green dot in Ohio State. I'm sure Caleb was, to be honest with you.
Because they brought him in. He's been doing it since the start of camp.
Yeah. It's no knock. I mean, I think.
And it's no knock. Sonny can do it.
No knock, man. It is what it is. We don't have to talk about Caleb and Sonny. That's a whole different discussion. We passed that. On real talk, we passed that. We're gonna have to talk about it. We're gonna have to end up talking about it. That's when they play schedule. Yeah, schedule. That's when they play each other. Yeah, that's when we get into that week. We don't gotta talk about it now. But yeah, going into I am excited about. Like you talking about this wide receiving core, I definitely am. But let's go with the defense, because the defense is so lights out. How does safeties look? Because that's been a concern. Like safeties,
it's not. I mean, Nick Cross and Jeremy Reeves, and then we got to figure out what's going on out there.
That's what it was. Okay,
that's what it is.
I mean, it's consistent. It's been consistent.
It's been consistent, and that's what we mentioned. We mentioned that the other night, and been consistent all week long. They're not playing games. Go ahead, Wole.
Yeah, no, I like that. That's the thing. And the good thing about, even though it's the Dolphins, right? I do like that some of the names that we're hearing about, we've heard throughout the whole training camp. Like Chasson and Owe have been demons in camp. And what we saw against Miami, or what I've heard, I can't say what I saw, but what Candi saw and what I heard is consistent to what training camp has been.
Let me tell you something. But Owe and Chasson, they turn it up a notch today. Because I was like, they playing against a different team today, because I ain't seen them. I mean, they're fast, but my goodness, like one time I was like, I started feeling bad for Malik Willis. Like, this is what are they gonna do to help them in Miami? My whole premise for watching wasn't even to critique the Commanders anymore. I had seen enough of them. Right. I was like, what are they gonna do to help Malik? Oh my gosh, he's gonna get killed back there. So
Malik's the sacrificial lamb until they can get Arch Manning, I think. I hate to say that, but
Kenny, here goes from Kenny. Some of these games will come down to the kicker. What's up with them?
I don't know.
They had a good day though, right? They had a good day.
They had a very good day today. Yeah. They were fine today. Yeah. And so that's why I was like, okay, it's gonna come down to the game. But Coach Quinn says he evaluates them the same, right? Practice and game. So if you're doing that right now, Drew Stevens is in the lead. So that's why I'm like, all right, well, let's see what happens in the game. That's why I'm still like, okay, let's see what happens in the game.
Right.
Whoever missed in the game, if anybody missed, you might be out. Now, here's the thing. Maybe somebody is available could be trade bait, because teams always need a kicker.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. Yeah, I will ask.
Or they can stash him away in the practice squad, but I just think that's unrealistic.
I do have when I since going back to the offense, I know I'm going every which way, but we got two rookie coordinators. We got two rookie coordinators, Blau, Durante Jones. I'm sorry, Blau. How did he look in terms of like this, the joint practice? Like how did his composure? How was his composure? His performance? Like, did he fit this? Did he look the part?
I was over there with Coach Jones a lot more than Coach Blau today. Well, because I was over there like a lot.
Yeah.
And then I got tired of watching Malik run. It was just too much on my anxiety. I was like, this is stressing me out, the way they treat this young man. And so I went over to watch the offensive line. And then once I got a little like, I'm going back over there with the defense, because it was starting to get a little chippy over there. I was like, oh, somebody getting a fight. I want to make sure I don't miss that. Nobody got to fight. So I went over there. But wait, I'm doing all this talking, and I'm like, wait, I forgot the question because
No. I said how did Blau and
Coach Jones was very composed.
Okay, Coach Jones
because he did say he's looking at technique. That's what he's looking. They weren't scheming. He's looking at, are you using the right technique?
Yeah.
Now, from what I could tell, even in the one-on-ones, I can't really tell in team drills, but definitely in the one-on-ones, they're using it. I felt confident about the technique. He was watching those very closely.
Okay. So he's all about teaching for real. Coach Jones is all about teaching for real.
Yes, and what he revealed in his presser was he used to be a school teacher, because he was like, how is it? He was like, from being a teacher in Louisiana school system. So that helps. Use your clues. That is a very key attribute and asset. You are an educator, so you get lesson plans and learning plans and individualized learning and lesson plans. You know how to do that. Based on your students, based on your class. Great tidbit. Keep that in your back pocket about Coach Jones. And he was an educator, you all. So that is why he gets that piece of it. He's very engaged. Like, it was one of the things that I really enjoyed just watching and observing him. Like, even during the stretching period, he's talking to his defense. He's talking to guys. Like, he's talking, like getting ready for the day, and just he's engaged. What
we got from Todd? We got a question from Trent. He says, when Coach Jones came here, when Jones came here, he had training plans already made for the defense. True. It seems like
he had to. He had to. That was part of the deal.
It's just he's so prepared. But so what? Because I've heard a lot talk about Blau and his offense. Like, I heard his offense was he like scheming? Was Blau like?
No, there are no schemes today.
Okay, okay. So there was no scheming. So when folks talking about they running wide open, it's not like true scheming. Okay. Yeah, he said, all right, true, definitely, man. Coach Jones, man, PG County zone, man. That's all.
Durante Jones, defensive coordinator. Keep that. It says a lot about that. I know I've been talking a lot. I see questions in the chat about Will Harris and all that. Y'all know I've been talking to y'all about this.
Facts.
I've been talking to y'all about this.
And other people have picked up the trail without giving you credit.
Other people have picked up the trail without giving me credit. That I've been talking about this. Cross Revo. You all figure out who the other safeties are, considering you do have to put some safeties on. But Percy, is going to be one of them, right? Who are the other two? Because special teams. Who are the other two?
We got Ace Boogie. Oh yeah, you must be are you a Giants fan? Are you a Giants fan, Ace Boogie?
They gotta be a Giants fan.
You gotta be a Giants fan. What's 302 area code? What is that? Is that New York? I don't pay attention to New York.
No, it's not New York.
If you got the Giants at 12 and 5, it's a Giants fan.
Yeah, you gotta be a Giants fan though. You gotta be a Giants fan. I'm not gonna lie to you. But okay, that's what's up though, bro. Pull up during the season. Let's see that happen.
It's happening.
I mean, I'm saying, look, if you right, pull up. If you wrong, pull up. So I'm saying, just pull up.
Yeah,
that's all.
I want
Go ahead, George. What you want to say, George?
No, I was just gonna say, when you came into the show tonight talking about Mikey, I'm thinking we're gonna if Washington wins week 1 and Mikey does well, we're gonna get Hoodie Wole in week 1, aren't we? In the post game,
and he should.
Oh, you're close. I mean, you're about to get Hoodie me soon.
But I think you should. But I think what I think everybody talks about. What I think everybody talks about, or when we talk about Mikey's this, and I think I said it early in chat. Said it. Mikey needs to get plays, right? He needs some positive thing. He needs some positivity in his life, right? He needs some good positivity. Maybe we need to go eat some. Maybe go eat a box of Bootios or something like that. But he needs new Bootios, new day, baby. New day.
You know what I think happened with Mikey? You know what I think happened? I think he's a product of what we saw happen with the team last year, where players got comfortable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, I agree with that.
That's what happened. Like, I think he's a prime example of comfort. Like, when everybody said everybody got comfortable, because remember last year at camp, we were like Sarah still was having an amazing camp. Remember, he would be like picking Jayden off like every 5 minutes, and I'd be like, dang, y'all gotta stop being friends or something, because Mikey knows your mannerisms. He knows your temperament. He knows where you're going. And good grief. Remember, he was lighting it up in camp. And then the season happened, and I was like, what is going on, Joe Witt Jr.? And I'm not going, the only thing I would give Joe Witt Jr. credit for is that, and I'm going to keep saying this, it's just like we give Ron Rivera credit for moving Sam Cosmi to guard. It's the only thing I'll thank him for. That's it. Joe Witt Jr. said you got to find a way to get Revo more involved in the defense. I understand he's a special teams ace, but I've been asking, I need him more involved in the defense. Okay, I think he was right. So that's it. But I still am like, you shouldn't have never moved him inside, because he was comfortable. He was all right outside. Just leave him there. But they didn't. Yes. Right? Because they went and got Trey. Okay, fine. So whatever. But I just think that he's an example of a player that somebody that got comfortable. You know what I mean? Like we all got comfortable. The energy was there, the intensity was there. He was picking Jayden off left and right. Like for real. He really was last year at camp. Because I was one of the people who was like, man, Mikey Sarah's still having a great camp. Man, it wasn't right. And Terry wasn't there either. I will forever say I cannot measure how these DBs are doing because of the wide receiver room.
Facts. Yeah.
And then what was real, that was not at this time last year. Who were the wide receivers? Like, for real, being honest, okay?
But Chris Moore, man. Chris Moore was catching everything last year.
Lord, oh my Lord.
Don't y'all remember that? Okay, I didn't want to bring it up. Why'd you have to bring that up?
That was bad. I will say this, though. In terms of, I'm going to use basketball as an example. I just played basketball today. And I had a good day, too, for folks in the chat. Who cares? Had a really good day. But anyway, in the past, though, like I was trying to get my knee right. This is different, though. I was trying to get my knee right. And I didn't have my confidence in my jumper. Like, I was off. I was like, oh. But sometimes it just takes that day. It does. Like, I didn't think Glenn probably said it in the baseball terminology, but I will say this in the basketball terminology. Sometimes you just need that day to realize, I am that dude. Like, you just got to, that day has to come back to you. Like, all right, when you have a good day, and just like you all said, like, sometimes you just need a day. You need a play, right? You need a play. You need a jumper. You need a game winner. You need something. You know what I mean? To let you remember, like, no, you got me up. You got me effed up. Like, I am that person. Like, I'm y'all got real comfortable putting slander to the name. Like, nah. Sometimes you need a play, you need a spark, you need something to remind yourself, like, nah, I do this. And I think that's what Mikey needs. To your point, I do agree with you, Candi. Like, all jokes aside, I think Mikey needed that play, and he needs more plays. Like, he needs to build on it. So you get this because Mikey's play is about confidence. That's what it is. It's about confidence. When he starts to doubt himself, he's not Mikey. That's his superpower. His superpower is confidence. That is his superpower because he's not the biggest. He's not the fastest.
Yeah, he's small.
You know what I mean? But his superpower is that doesn't matter because I'm that good. It's his confidence. And once that leaves him, he's not the Mikey Sanders still that we saw in his rookie year. He's not the Mikey I saw in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? He needs the confidence is everything.
And then I mean, there was a lot of different things. Like I said, there was no Terry McLaurin. There was not. This wide receiver room is better now than it was last year. Let's keep that a buck. And that's without Stefon Diggs. Okay, so you talk about comfortability. I think it was an example of that. I think all of the things. You know what I'm saying? And just a play because he's very smart.
Yeah,
I've had conversations with him, so I know he's smart.
Yeah,
I know he understands and can read and all the things. But it was so much that ended up happening it's weird. It's bizarre. Yeah. And so hopefully the teaching mechanism of Coach Jones.
Yeah, I agree.
And how he teaches that say Trey comes back and Mikey's utilization goes down a little bit. Let's say it does. Like let's say it goes down. Let's just keep it a buck. Trey comes back, he's healthy, and let's say Mikey's utilization goes down. When you do have those opportunities, you need to own it.
Yeah.
No wasted reps.
I agree.
None.
I agree.
Right? Because he can get a pick. He can make an emphasis there. He can track the football. He can read quarterbacks and their movements and track the ball really well. So we'll see. Because we'll see. But like it's like the confidence in a way where you're not like a bully. Does that make sense?
Man. Yeah, you gotta find you gotta find something in the middle because you gotta be who you are, but not to a point where you're detriment to the team. You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%. Like yes.
I'd say that to even when I coach, like I don't want to take away that superpower from you, but you may have to tone it down a little bit. But I ain't going to take if toning it down. I'll say this much: if toning it down makes you a bad player, then I don't want you toning it down. I will tell a player that. I will always tell a player that. But if you could tone it down and still makes you a good player, then we need you to tone it down a little bit.
Right. He has to figure out what toning it down means while keeping your discipline.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Totally agree. Totally agree. Paul had a question for you, Candi. I said, Candi, speaking of the class of 2024 with the skill level of the top 4 wide receivers, how does Luke really fit in and has as far as skill set, have more faith in Van Jefferson in case of injuries?
You know what I'm seeing a differentiator is, and it's going to be really hard to see what this does now. It's the connection with Jayden.
As always.
Yeah.
And he has one. And he got one. I mean, they had to build that. You know what I'm saying? They had to build that trust. But it's there.
Luke and Jayden have trust. That training camp trust. That's what's up, man. Stick with training camp trust. I will say, like, no, they do. They got training camp trust. What did I say that's wrong? I'm just saying, like, they have training camp trust. It's wild because they had trust, like, in 2024. They had some trust early in 2024.
Correct.
And they had some last year. Remember, they built it in Game 5. Remember, week 5. Remember
that pass was nice.
But Jayden loved it. Jayden was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah,
and he made the joke in the presser. He was like, "Luke be like the most open receiver. Like he just be by himself running." He was like laughing. He's like,
"He do be open." That's what everybody tell me, so I have to believe it. They be telling me Luke be open, so I be like, y'all got to be right because y'all always say he be open. I just think it's weird that he be open. He don't get the ball. I think it's weird.
They don't trust him. You know how it is when you play basketball. Sometimes you just let the person stay open.
Oh, you trying to say, man? You trying to say you can't catch the ball? Is that you trying to tell me? Like you're a quarterback.
They definitely started building last year.
I'm just saying, like you're right. If you suck, I'm not passing the ball. I'll take a shot over 3 people rather than pass you the ball. If you suck. This is facts. I'm just saying.
Confidence with Luke.
I'm just saying. Yeah, Marcus Mariota had great confidence in Luke.
Marcus had great confidence in Luke, and Luke started having great confidence in himself. And so if Luke makes this team, it's because Luke put in the work that he needs to do.
Yeah, I think Luke deserves to be out there. You know what I'm saying?
I think
like Shirley said, it's a good. Like I agree. I'm not. Look, Eric, but this is my thing. I guess what people think I hate on Luke, but this is what it is. And it's really it comes from like I'm the most fair person in life with a lot of things, but I can't stand nepotism. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like it bothers me. It really does bother me. Like I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna show you my non-bias into it. I am a LeBron. Like I like LeBron. Like I guess you can call me a LeBron fan. Bronny playing for the Lakers bothers the Jesus out of me because it's nepotism. They're better. Like I have an appreciation for the work to get into it, to get on an NFL roster or get on an NBA team. And anything that nepotism that causes that bothers me because I know there's so many kids who work their butts off to get on a team or get drafted by a team that are probably better players but don't get that opportunity. So I have an issue with just nepotism. So if I feel like said person is drafted because of a name, that bothers me because I know there are better players that aren't getting that opportunity. And now they're over said player in a depth chart or in any situation because of a said name. So that is the reason for me. Like, so when you earn it, though, if you earn it, I'm cool with it. But that's why I get annoyed when people say, I get annoyed in a discussion when folks are like, well, said player is going to do this and do that. I'm like, what has that player shown you for you to think that way? The only thing that the only reason that you say this is because of a name. If that person's name was Smith, you wouldn't be saying that. You wouldn't be holding the bell for this individual. You know what I'm saying? That's my problem. Period. Other than that, but in terms of this camp, so in fairness, in this camp, that's why you heard me say like he's deserved this opportunity. He deserves to make this team. He deserves to get these play with the ones because he's balling out. So I am fair. But when you tell me initially, like going into this season, y'all saying folks will be like, man, he needs to be the third best, this, that, and I'm like, why? Why? Because his name is McCaffrey? Is that why? Like, that's where I come from. So I'm putting that out there for folks. When folks come at me and say I'm a hater, not a hater, just not a fan of nepotism, period, in all sports. Like, you got to earn your way on that football field. You know what I'm saying? Period. Like, your stats in college don't warrant a fourth rounder? A fourth rounder, I think. Your stats weren't better than some people that I know in college. So that's all I'm saying. That's all. That's it. That's all I'm saying. But Lucas had a great. And
he did, to Shelly's point, he did play well before he got injured.
He did. I think
he had to. I mean, everybody had to move up once people started getting hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to shade Luke at all. He has had an amazing camp.
Yes,
He's definitely been working. It ain't no slack. It ain't no nothing. He's if he makes it, he earned that. He earned it because he has been, like you said earlier, people hear the chatter.
Yeah,
they hear the chatter, right? They might act like they're not online or they don't see it. They hear it, they see it, you guys. That's why I be like, be careful what you say because they see, you know what I mean? Hey, stand on business if that's what you mean. But he's earned it. He's playing. He's literally not done anything to date.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, August the 12th, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that would warrant me saying he's not going to make this roster.
I agree.
If anything, if he's not going to make it, it's because he got traded. You feel what I'm saying? Like something happened, but you can't trade someone that has no value. That's what you have to also understand.
He don't have value. I agree.
You know what I mean? Like people with no value don't get traded. They just get released. Or something like that. Or you know what I mean? Or you couldn't trade them for whatever reason.
Yeah, you're not going to. The only place that I feel like Luke could get traded to that somebody would want would be San Francisco.
They lose a receiver, so
and his brother's
makes
there.
Sense. Exactly.
And it makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah. So I'm like, he hasn't done anything. Like he, you know,
he ain't related, Shelly. All right, he ain't related. He ain't related, Shelly.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you know, if there's 6 spots, if there's 6 spots, there's no reason for him not to get one.
Yeah. No, I think his work is like I'm a believer when you
unless he gets traded, which can happen.
But I feel like if he working hard,
any of them could get traded though. You know.
Yeah, but also I don't think that he's, and this is not a knock on him. This is my thing, for all the talk about Antonio Williams going into, you know, in OTAs and part of training camp, I don't know if, like, and to me, Antonio Williams should be the third receiver. But I know he's a rookie and you got to work yourself into it or whatever. He'll be the third. So I'm saying he gonna be the third. So really you have, and that's the thing. It's not even a knock on Luke. It's just that what Stefon Diggs does well is like Luke does very well in the slot. What Stefon Diggs does well, better than a lot of people, is like you move around, and he's awesome in the slot. So Stefon Diggs is a demon in the slot. You know what I mean? When you move him around. So it's just like you're not going to hinder your offense by not having Stefon Diggs in the slot. So how much? And Luke is not an outside. He's not an outside receiver. He does his damage in the slot.
Yeah.
So it's like that does play a part too. Like I'm not going to put like if I'm running a three wide receiver set, and this is not a knock on Luke, but I'm better. I'm not hindering my offense by not putting Stefon in the slot. I could have Treylon Burks on the outside, who's probably a better outside receiver than Luke, or Diami on the out, who's a better outside receiver than Luke. I didn't say inside, better outside receiver than Luke because he can beat a man one-on-one. And I got Terry on the outside. So it's just like, or if I want to have Antonio Williams, who I believe who everyone I've heard say that he's probably before the trades and before the signing of Diggs was the second best receiver for a lot of people. I could put Antonio in the slot and have Diggs on the outside. So I'm just saying that also plays a part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're moving them around a lot.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, if for people who have gone to camp, you see how much Coach Blau is just moving these people around.
Which is dope.
Oh, it's creative as a mug. Like, I be like, yo, I wouldn't even think about that. But yeah.
Shelly, he was outside. It was a busted play though. I ain't gonna lie to you. It wasn't wide open. It was wide open. It was a busted play on the outside. Just letting you know. It wasn't beating he didn't beat a man. He didn't beat them for a deep pass. It was
which game is she talking about?
I think she's talking about. Are you talking about the Bears game, Shelly? I think
you're talking about the Bears game. That was a busted play, but in the Chargers game, he was covered.
Yeah, but it was inside though, right? That was inside though. I think that was inside. That wasn't outside, was it? The one Jayden throw. I thought it was a slot play. I could be wrong, Shelly. I could be wrong. Yeah. You talking about the Chargers? I thought that was a slot play. I know the Bears play was a busted coverage. Like they tricked everybody. He was wide open by himself. It wasn't like a route.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look. There's 6 receiver slots, and everybody can just, based on the current roster, who are the 6 receivers you putting on there? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, Luke could be one of 6. You know,
I agree. That's what I'm saying. I agree with that.
He could be one of the 6. There's 6 currently, based on the current roster. There's 6 receiver spots. Everybody.
I mean, Luke's. I don't think there's an argument. To your point.
Yeah.
He's on the team. It's about where you slot. My thing is where you slot him in the depth chart. It's not about him. He's on the team. Mm-hmm. It's where you slot him. And like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not about him. He deserves to be on. He deserves to get playing. He deserves to be getting burned because of the work he's put into it. I'm just saying, where do you slot him? Because again, I'm saying if you want to make him your slot, because that's what everybody puts him. I just know for me, I know folks in this chat, people in this on this stream right now, as you, Glen, George, you've seen Diggs. Diggs is a demon in the slot. Like. It is not.
He don't have to do much.
He don't. He's elite, like elite in the slot. Like he's an elite caliber receiver when going good. But in the slot, there ain't nobody that can deal with Diggs in the slot. Especially if he's getting one-on-one in the slot. Nah. So I'm not gonna hurt my offense. Mm-hmm. By just because I'm trying to put somebody there just to give him some shine. Like when I know that this dude in the slot, if I want to put Treylon or whoever on the outside just to occupy a corner, and I have this dude one-on-one with maybe a nickel or a linebacker or a safety, that one, Diggs, nah, I'm doing that one. I'm not messing with that. Not just because I'm trying to, not because I'm just trying to, no, not just because I'm trying to put bodies out there, because I know that this dude can make big plays from the slot. I just know it. That's all. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, but again, to your point, totally agree with you, Candi. He deserves, because of his showing, he deserves an opportunity. Definitely.
Right.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. Can't take that away from him. Mm-hmm. I'm all for you when you work and you show people like, yeah, I'm here, even doubters like me, and you show me, I ain't going to deny you. That's disrespectful. Right. That's disrespectful.
He putting in the work. Something crazy.
That's disrespectful. Mm-hmm. Allison, did I read this question? I did not. Candi, Marcus just having a bad camp, or is he struggling to pick up the new Blau offense? That's a good question.
I'm not sure, but he started out strong, but it's not going well.
It's not going well, Marcus.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I feel bad for Marcus. He's a nice guy.
Yep. Very nice.
He seems like a really nice person. Like I really do think. Like I really think I think he can be. So, I don't have any questions yet. You all, do you all have any more questions? I've asked Candi all of my questions. I won't lie to you, because I'm behind. You guys are in front, so I don't want to be redundant. George, you have any questions for Candi?
No, I'm just glad that she was there to document all this and show it. And I think I'm hoping we're going to see at least a decent amount of the starters play, even if it's a series or two they play on Friday. I think it's going to be real interesting because Sunday Allegretti's supposed to be back. That's what they told us. That first practice after this preseason game is, I think, going to be major because of some of the people who are not going to be participating in this preseason game that are key, that may very well be key to this team.
Us don't go back because what do? They do Friday.
Oh, really?
We don't go back until Tuesday.
Are you serious? Whoa. That's a nice break.
Unless
that's a good break, though.
No, I ain't tripping because that's what we was talking about. We were like, let me think about this. Was it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Yeah, we don't go back until Tuesday. Yep, we don't go back until Tuesday. Now they're gonna be back, you know. But you know, they keeping us out of that.
Okay. You said that Terry, Diggs, Williams, Burks, if he stays healthy, Luke Lane, if 6. I kind of think Diami's gonna make the team, but that's just me. Maybe
but that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be when you do the 6.
Yeah.
And there's a chance you can make it 7 if you put Lane as a return specialist.
Yeah.
He's a wide receiver that's also a return specialist. You got to be savvy with the numbers.
Yeah.
And so you got to really take a look at it.
Did he play receivers? Did he play receiver out there today? Lane.
He sure did.
How did he do?
He always does.
How did he do though? Did he do?
He's fine. He does well. I mean, when anybody playing with Jayden right now, you lit.
Can he catch he ain't dropped nothing?
I didn't see anything get dropped.
That's good, man. I root for him, man. Because I ain't gonna lie, if he plays well, then they probably don't even really need to keep Diami. I mean, to be real with you, if he can just play well, and this is a person who likes Diami. I say this as a person who likes Diami, but I feel like his skill set with his speed, if he can step up, then yeah. But I just can't. I don't know if you could. This team does need a speedster. That's the thing. They need a speedster, and
they do.
And Diami's the speedster. You can't go into a situation. I mean, you can't put Terry as your number one speedster. You need a guy that can, another individual who can kind of, who can make who can force a safety's hand. You know what I mean? To shade coverage. You're gonna need another individual, regardless of what you feel about him, of fans. So because you have a bunch of guys who are good route runners or you have big body, but you don't have other than Terry McLaurin, and you after last season, you don't want him if he gets hurt. You don't want to have that situation where you don't have another speedster. And no knock, you do have one in Jayden Lane, but you can't. I'm just being real. From what we've seen and what I even heard in camp, can you trust his, his hands? You know what I mean? More than even others. So I just feel like that's why I feel like the value of keeping Diami's out there compared to some of the others because of that situation. Because we've seen if Terry goes down, how that hinders having somebody who can kind of pull that safety because of that threat, right? And especially if we're looking at David Blau offense and we're going to compare it to a Ben Johnson offense, that's always been essential in a Ben Johnson's offense to have that speedster. So that's how I look at it. I'm just being honest in that situation because that's why I feel like Diami has value compared to the others because you have so many other individuals that can do the same thing. That's the problem. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, you can have Diggs run inside. You can have Williams run inside. You have so many dudes that can do the same thing. That's all.
I don't know.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
it's not an easy decision. Like it's not. That is a difficult decision to make.
Yeah, but I would say this. I mean, honestly, Arch, you can, not to be funny, but you just like you said, Diami can make the practice squad. You don't think Luke could be a practice squad, dude? You think people want Luke?
Yeah.
You think people outside of Washington?
He can go 100%. Yes.
Who knows him?
There's 31 other teams, and there's plenty other teams already. I mean, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, it's not there is opportunity and capital for any of them to get traded, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think Diambi can make the practice squad? Because I don't think Diambi can make the practice squad. I don't think he can stay in the practice squad.
No, like somebody, any one of these guys will get picked up. You all. I agree with that. Every single one of them will get picked up. Yeah. It's not. Listen, case in point. You want to know who I saw today?
Who you saw? Who did you say?
Cole Turner.
My God, what's he doing?
I was so happy to see Cole.
What's up with Cole?
Dear Lord, I was so happy to see Cole. I screamed when I saw him.
I like Cole.
I screamed at the top of my lungs. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, oh my God. Hello.
He ain't work out with nobody. He retired.
I mean, no. He plays for the Dolphins.
He does play. He plays for the Dolphins?
He plays for the Dolphins, yes.
He does? Yes. Does he play or does he not?
He was playing today, you know.
With the
so let's case in point. He been in the league since he left here. Okay. So let me go back to the conversation we were just having.
Sure, I got you.
Any one of these players will land on another team.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, Cole Turner.
You know what I mean? It was so good to see him, man. So, you know, I'm just saying, like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Anybody, all these players will get picked up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna answer this. I think Diambi will get picked up.
Yeah.
He'll get picked up. By all means.
Hey, I mean, y'all, these guys are not. You guys,
he'll make something else practice squad.
They're not scrub. Y'all talking about nobody would pick them up. Like, these dudes are whack. Like, come on, y'all. Like, they're not. Like, they can get picked up. They can play in the league. If Chris Moore can get picked up by the Baltimore Ravens, listen to me now. You can get picked up, everybody.
Oh, wow. Well, on that being said, let's close this bad boy, Chris Moore. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for rocking with us tonight. Candi, let everybody know where they can follow you, and where they can connect with you on social media.
You all, football is on Friday. Football is on Friday. Can y'all believe it? Friday Night Lifestyle, 7 p.m. To get to me quickly, at Seawall SE on X. Bowie TV on YouTube, Bowie TV on Facebook, Bowie TV Sports on X and Instagram for all of the content, but updates for me. The quickest way to get to me is at Seawall SE on X. If you're in Prince George's County, if you haven't cut your cable, Comcast channels 190 and 1097. Y'all know I'm at everything, so I'll be there. I'll be there bright and early, man. And we'll be tracking who's playing and who's not.
Man, she's a star.
If you're copying off her notes, give her some credit. Darn it.
Oh.
Get him. Get him. Get him.
You copying off what I said on the show, other show.
Get the Substack. Get him.
At least we can all at least we can all pass the test if we copying off your paper.
That's true, right?
Yes. If you are copying off, if you all are copying off my paper, you are absolutely 100% pass.
That's facts, man. That's facts.
All tests. And as always, thank you guys so much for having me on. I really appreciate this partnership and being able to share my insights with you all and with the fan base. Today was what it should have been.
Yeah.
So be good, be glad about it. It should have been. We weren't surprised today. There were no surprises today. And so that's a good thing. So we'll see what preseason game 1 holds. We'll see what that holds. And then we'll figure out what's going on with Tim Settle and Jeremy McNichols, because that's injury related.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yep.
Glenn, you can take us out. You deserve it. You deserve it. No, Glenn, you deserve it. I can't do this. I'm a lazy dude.
Hey, listen, there's no show tomorrow. We're gonna rest up for the game on Friday. So we're gonna rest up. Make sure you tune back in on Friday. We have a pregame. We'll go on. The game starts at 7:30, so we'll be on at 6:30. And then we also have a post game immediately immediately following the Washington Commanders taking on the Miami Dolphins. So we'll be there as well. I want you, each and every one of you guys, to chime in, to tune in, to catch us. Follow us on all our social media channels and outlets. Once again, as I mentioned to you guys last night, if you want to really connect with us, make sure you hit the subscribe button and that bell notification so you don't miss any of our shows. If you want some other detailed content, join the membership. Join the membership there. And hey, thanks for rocking with us. As always, we are out. Deuces. Peace.